Welcome back to our channel US Coins World. Today, we're diving into the world of rare state quarter-dollar coins. Some of these could be worth a small fortune. If you've got quarters lying around, you won't want to miss this. Let's find out if you're sitting on hidden treasure. So let's continue our today's video on Top 1. Today we're diving into the story of a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, but could be hiding incredible value, the United States of America state quarter dollar from New Hampshire, minted in the year 2000. Now before we begin, I just want to say this: if this video reaches 10,000 views, that's a huge moment for our channel, and it could be great news for all subscribers, because I just might be announcing a giveaway. So make sure you watch till the end, hit that like button, and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, let's get into this amazing coin. The New Hampshire state quarter, part of the legendary 50 state quarters program, was released in the year 2000 and quickly gained popularity among collectors. The design on the back of the coin features the iconic Old Man of the Mountain, a natural rock formation that stood tall for thousands of years in the White Mountains before it collapsed in 2003. This image isn't just a nod to the state's geography, it's a symbol of strength, endurance, and New Hampshire pride. The coin also bears the state motto, "Live free or die." Bold and powerful words that reflect the spirit of independence and freedom that defines New Hampshire and the people who live there. While millions of these coins were struck and circulated, most ended up in people's pockets, vending machines, or at the bottom of drawers, used and worn over time. But here's where it gets exciting. Among the sea of these 2,000 New Hampshire quarters, a small number have unique features, minting errors, or remain in uncirculated condition. And that's what makes them truly valuable. Let's talk about rarity and condition, two of the biggest factors when it comes to coin collecting. A standard quarter from your pocket might not be worth more than 25 cents, but a quarter that has never been touched by circulation, free of scratches and marks, with all of its original mint luster, that is what collectors go crazy for. Now, let's go even deeper, into the world of mint errors. Certain New Hampshire quarters have been discovered with incredible minting mistakes. We're talking about off-center strikes, double die obverse, planchet errors, or coins that were struck on the wrong metal type. These are not your everyday errors. These are rare anomalies that happen during the coin's creation process, and when you find one, it's like striking gold. Collectors highly value these flawed coins because they are unique. No two error coins are exactly alike. And because they're so rare, they can sell for astronomical prices depending on the error and the condition. Just imagine this: a coin that millions of people used every day, being worth more than some people's cars, or even more than an entire year's salary. And that's not an exaggeration. Now, the big question: how much can one of these New Hampshire state quarters actually be worth today? Well, if you have a New Hampshire 2000 state quarter in uncirculated condition, or better yet, one with a rare minting error, it could be worth as much as $82,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single quarter, just 25 cents in face value, could be worth $82,000 to the right collector. So here's what you need to do: check your coin jars. Look through your old coin collections. If you spot a 2000 New Hampshire quarter, pay attention to its condition. Use a magnifying glass. Look for anything unusual. It might just be your ticket to a life-changing discovery. Top 2. We're talking about a coin that's still pretty new, but surprisingly rare and extremely valuable. That's right, we're diving into the fascinating story of the United States of America state quarter dollar, Lowell 2019 edition. Now, before we jump into the history and value, I want to let you in on something exciting. If you subscribe to this channel and comment below with the name of your favorite coin, I'll pick one lucky comment and feature it in my next video. So don't miss out on your chance to be a part of the World Rare Coins family. Let's talk about this amazing coin. The Lowell quarter, released in 2019, is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. It was created to honor Lowell National Historical Park in Massachusetts, a place rich with history from the Industrial Revolution. The reverse side of the coin features a beautifully detailed design showing a female textile worker at a power loom, with a large mill building and a bell tower in the background. This scene tells a powerful story of America's industrial beginnings and the people who helped shape it. On the obverse side, like all state quarters, you'll find the classic image of George Washington, but the true excitement lies in the details, especially if you're lucky enough to find one of the rare error coins. So, what makes the 2019 Lowell quarter so valuable? Well, first off, this coin is still relatively new, but already certain editions have become highly desirable among collectors. Why? It all comes down to minting errors and condition. While millions were produced, only a very small number were struck with noticeable errors. We're talking about things like die breaks, double dies, off-center strikes, and clashed dies. These are rare flaws that happen during the minting process, and when found, they instantly boost a coin's value. One especially famous version of this coin includes a double die error that creates a shadow-like effect on the design. These kinds of errors are highly prized because they are unique. No two error coins are exactly the same. And when you combine that rarity with a coin that's still in uncirculated or mint condition, the value skyrockets. Collectors are drawn to the Lowell quarter because it connects American history, industrial heritage, and modern numismatics all in one coin. But finding one that's both in pristine shape and includes a rare error is like hitting the jackpot for coin hunters. It's the perfect example of how even a modern quarter can become a true collector's item. Now, if you're thinking, could I actually have one of these rare Lowell quarters? The answer is yes. These coins were widely circulated, and many people have them sitting in change jars, drawers, or even in recent coin rolls from the bank. You just have to know what to look for. That's why it's so important to examine your coins closely. Use a magnifying glass and check for doubling, unusual marks, or misalignments. One small detail could be worth a fortune. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. If you're lucky enough to own a 2019 Lowell State quarter in flawless uncirculated condition, especially with a rare mint error, you could be holding a coin worth a jaw-dropping $79,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $79,000 for a single quarter. This is why we always say, never underestimate the power of pocket change. You never know when that next coin could be the one that changes your life. Top 3. We're diving deep into the story of the United States of America State Quarter Dollar, Arkansas 2003 edition. Now, this is not just any quarter. It might seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, but there's more to it than meets the eye. The Arkansas State Quarter is not only rich in design and symbolism, it's also becoming incredibly rare in certain conditions, and it could be worth thousands of dollars if you have the right one in your collection. Let's take a look at what makes this coin so special. The Arkansas State Quarter, released in 2003, was the 25th release in the famous 50 State Quarters program. The design on the reverse side of the coin is stunning. It features a majestic diamond, symbolizing the crater of Diamond State Park, where visitors can actually dig for real diamonds. Alongside the diamond, there's a mallard duck flying over a beautiful lake and tall pine trees, representing the state's abundant natural beauty and rich wildlife. This coin does more than just represent a state, it tells a story. It celebrates Arkansas's unique place in American history, nature, and geology. But here's where it gets interesting for collectors. While millions of Arkansas quarters were minted and circulated across the United States, very few were preserved in perfect condition, and even fewer came with minting errors, and that's what separates a common coin from a truly valuable one. Let's talk about rarity and condition. When collectors look for value, they're not just looking at the coin, they're looking at the state it's in. Coins that have been kept in uncirculated or mint condition, with no scratches, stains, or wear, are the true treasures. If your Arkansas quarter still has its original shine and hasn't passed through dozens of hands, you could be holding on to something extremely valuable. But there's another factor, minting errors, and this is where things get even more exciting. Some Arkansas quarters were discovered with off-center strikes, double die errors, die cracks, and even planchet defects. These kinds of mistakes are extremely rare, and they happen during the minting process. Because of their uniqueness, collectors love them. No two error coins are exactly alike, and that makes them not just rare, but irreplaceable. Some of the most sought-after Arkansas quarters include double die reverses, where the design appears slightly duplicated or shadowed. Others may have clipped planchets, where a piece of the coin is missing from the edge. These errors often go unnoticed by the average person, but to a trained collector's eye, they're like winning lottery tickets. So, if you have a 2003 Arkansas State quarter, I highly recommend you take a closer look. Use a magnifying glass. Examine both sides carefully. Look at the details of the duck, the diamond, the lettering. Even the smallest flaw or difference could mean your coin is not like the rest. And now, the part you've all been waiting for. If you're lucky enough to have an Arkansas 2003 state quarter in flawless, uncirculated condition, or better yet, if you have one with a rare minting error, its value could soar to a staggering $77,000. Yes, you heard that right. $77,000 for a single quarter. That's why it's so important to check your coins carefully. You never know when you might be holding on to a small fortune without even realizing it. So, coin lovers, collectors, and everyone curious about the hidden value in everyday change, make sure to dig through your coin jars, check your wallets, and look closely at your quarter collection. The Arkansas 2003 state quarter might be the rare gem you've been searching for. Top 4. We're about to uncover the fascinating story of the United States of America state quarter dollar, Hot Springs 2010. And believe me, this is no ordinary quarter. This coin could be worth a fortune if you've got the right one in your collection. Now, let's take a step back to 2010, the year this beautiful coin was released. The Hot Springs quarter was the first release in the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which replaced the 50-state quarters program and shifted the spotlight to national parks and historic sites. It marked a fresh chapter in American coinage, and the Hot Springs coin had the honor of starting it all. The design of the coin is rich with history and symbolism. On the reverse side, you'll find the Hot Springs National Park facade, featuring the iconic bathhouse door with a decorative fountain in front. This represents not only Arkansas's history but also the deep significance of natural healing and public health that Hot Springs was famous for. Surrounding the architecture are finely detailed elements that bring the park's atmosphere to life, giving the coin a classy and historical appearance. On the obverse side, you'll see the well-known profile of George Washington, unchanged from the earlier state quarters, anchoring this coin in tradition while the reverse explores new ground. But what makes this coin valuable isn't just its design. It's the rarity and errors that have emerged in select versions of the 2010 Hot Springs quarter. You see, although these coins were produced in the millions, only a very small number have surfaced with specific minting errors that drastically increase their value. Some of the rare errors found on the Hot Springs quarter include double die errors, where parts of the design or lettering appear shadowed, or double dot off-center strikes, where the design is shifted and doesn't align correctly within the rim of the coin, die cracks or cuts, which are raised lines or blobs caused by damaged dies during minting, and even planchet flaws, where the metal itself was imperfect before the coin was struck. These types of errors are highly prized among collectors because they're one of a kind. The rarity of each unique imperfection makes the coin not only a piece of history, but also a piece of art. And let's not forget, condition matters. A coin like this must be in uncirculated or mint state condition to reach top value. That means no scratches, no discoloration, and full, sharp details. So how can you find out if you've got a rare Hot Springs quarter in your hands? Start by checking your coin jars, old wallets, or rolls of quarters from the bank. Use a magnifying glass and inspect the coin carefully, especially around the lettering, the fountain design, and the rim. Look for any abnormalities, extra lines, or anything that seems off. That might just be your lucky break. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. If you are fortunate enough to own a 2010 Hot Springs state quarter in pristine uncirculated condition, or better yet, one that has a unique minting error, your coin could be worth as much as $75,000. Yes, that's right, $75,000 for a single quarter. It's truly amazing how a coin you might pass by without a second thought can turn out to be worth more than some cars. So, coin collectors and curious viewers, make sure you're always checking your change. You never know what kind of rare treasure is waiting to be discovered. And remember, your next big find could be just one coin away. Top 5. We're talking about the United States of America state quarter dollar, Saratoga 2015, a coin that's not only historically rich but could also be hiding a fortune in your pocket. Let's rewind to the year 2015. The U.S. Mint released the Saratoga quarter as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which highlighted national parks and historic sites across all states and territories. The Saratoga quarter specifically commemorates a pivotal moment in American history, the British surrender at the Battle of Saratoga in 1777, a turning point in the American Revolutionary War. The reverse side of the coin is truly symbolic. It shows a powerful image, a British sword being surrendered to an American officer. This wasn't just any military moment, it was the first time an entire British army surrendered to American forces. The design captures that exact moment with remarkable detail. Above the image are the words, British Surrender 1777, and the name, Saratoga, boldly displayed underneath. On the obverse side, as with all America the beautiful quarters, we see the familiar portrait of George Washington, a timeless icon of the U.S. coinage tradition. But it's the reverse where the story, and the value, truly lives. Now, let's talk about why this coin is capturing the attention of collectors and appraisers everywhere. At first glance, the Saratoga 2015 quarter might seem like a common coin. After all, it was minted in large quantities and entered wide circulation. But here's the twist, not all Saratoga quarters are created equal. There are specific versions, especially those with minting errors, that are turning heads in the collecting community. Some of the most valuable errors discovered on the Saratoga quarter include double die errors, especially in the lettering, where the words appear slightly duplicated, die cracks, which can be seen as raised lines across the coin, caused by aging or damaged dies. Off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned, creating a noticeable shift from the center, clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is actually missing due to a misfeed during the minting process. These minting anomalies may sound like small flaws, but in the world of numismatics, they can boost a coin's value dramatically. That's because error coins are rare, and collectors are always willing to pay a premium for what they can't easily find. Another key to value is condition. Coins in mint state or uncirculated condition, those with no signs of wear or handling, can fetch far higher prices than circulated ones. If your Saratoga quarter still has its original shine, sharp edges, and full details, it might be worth sending to a grading service for authentication. And here's something even more exciting, some error variants of the 2015 Saratoga quarter have been sold at auctions and private sales for shockingly high prices. In pristine condition, and with the right kind of rare error, this quarter could be worth as much as $72,000, yes, you heard that right, $72,000 for a single quarter that could be hiding in your change jar, your purse, or your childhood coin collection. So, my friends, don't overlook your pocket change. That little coin with two hands and a sword might just be your golden ticket. Check your quarters carefully, inspect the details, and always be on the lookout for imperfections that make your coin perfectly unique. And once again, don't forget, if this video hits 10,000 views, I'm seriously considering doing a special giveaway to thank all of you for supporting the channel and sharing in the excitement of rare coin collecting. So please, help us hit that goal by liking this video, leaving a comment, and most importantly, subscribing if you haven't already. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's hidden treasures, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss another episode of Rare Coin Revelations. Leave a comment below telling me your favorite coin, and who knows, I might feature your comment in my next video. Until then, keep searching, stay curious, and as always, happy collecting.